Oke guys, assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh teman-teman. Kali ini saya akan melanjutkan misi ya teman-teman. Kali ini adalah melanjutkan misi dari quest Archon, pendahuluan kabut putih dan ombak hitam. Untuk eventnya adalah pembuka pertunjukan tunggal ya teman-teman. Di sini diarahkan untuk pergi ke karavan ribat. Oke, let's go. Oke, untuk tempatnya ada di sini teman-teman, karavan ribet ya, perbatasan antara Fontaine. Oh, masih di map Fontaine teman-teman. Antara di yang daratan hijau sampai yang di gurun berarti teman-teman.
The first time we came here. Oh, Paimon remembers. Nahida's consciousness had been trapped by the dock. So much time has already passed since then. And it seems Sumeru's changing for the better now that Nahida's in charge, right? Paimon just hopes this peace will last a long time. And then Nahida won't have any more new problems to deal with. Yeah, guess you're right. We somehow come to think of it. Maybe it's all because of you. Maybe you're just a magnet for trouble. Huh? Me? Before Paimon ran into you, Paimon never ran into any trouble. Anyway, for Nahida's sake, maybe we should think about
Fontaine.
Look who it is. Running into you in a place like this. I can see you two still love wandering around.
Oh, it's Dia! Since when are we just wandering? But never mind that. What brings you here?
I just finished a commission in the
Oke,
desert
lagi
for a
ngapain
usual
kamu
client
di
of
sini?
mine. Nothing too interesting. Just escorting a shipment of goods. That's when I saw you two all the way over there, chatting away. What were you two talking about anyway?
Oke, kami meninggalkan Sumeru dan ke Fontaine teman-teman. Oke.
Huh? You serious? Can't say I saw that coming. But you are bumping into you like this will become a rarity. Hey, how about I gather a few mercs to escort you two?
Tentara bayaran teman-teman. Oke.
But no need.
Itu harus repot-repot ya
I had no
teman-teman.
clue you'd miss.
Sounds good. All you need. So, when are you leaving?
Oke, berarti persiapan berangkat adalah segera setelah persiapan beres ya teman-teman.
Paimon just remembered there are still a few dishes in
Oke, tampaknya ini ada si pendengar teman-teman. Entah siapa, belum diketahui namanya juga.
I see. Guess you won't be needing it though. Now that I think about
Wounded
it,
ya teman-teman.
Sumeru wouldn't be what.
By the way, should we go say bye to Nahida? Oh, good point. Then there's no
Then I guess this is goodbye for now.
goodbye, Dia. Bye-bye, Sumeru.
Oke, sekarang kita menuju di perbatasan Fontaine ya teman-teman. Oke ya, ini berarti masih ada di sini. Oke, jadi kita di sini dan kita ke sini. Untuk agendanya ada di bawah sini ya teman-teman. Oke, karena kita sudah ke situ. Oke, kita coba langsung ke Fontaine-nya teman-teman. Oke, lift sedang bergerak. Kelamaan ya teman-teman, langsung gaskan aja ke bawah.
After crossing all that sand and water, we finally made it. must be Fontaine's port.
Oke, ini adalah Fontaine,
Everything
teman-teman.
looks so advanced in
Ada
Fontaine.
jam yang bergerak.
Paimon's
Oke.
heard that the industry here is extremely developed, and there are all kinds of unusual machines.
Oke, it's wonderful.
Seeing the sights as a tourist is nice, but maybe it would be better if we found something to do. What do you think?
Oke, cari Archon Hydro, teman-teman. Di sini untuk di map Fontaine, Archonnya adalah si Furina ya, teman-teman. Oke, kita udah punya si Furina.
Probably still our best source for information at this point. Yeah, the more we can learn, the better. So, what do you think the Hydro Archon's like? Well, we could... To learn about a nation's god, start with the nation's people. There seems to be some locals talking over there. Let's go see if we can join the party.
If you ask me, it's a...
Yeah, I didn't expect that kind of ending for him. I thought he would at least fight on a little longer for his family. I was expecting a sudden plot twist, but it's a pity that it never happened. Still, his story is quite the tearjerker.
Excuse me. Can I help you too? I couldn't help but notice you standing here listening.
Hi. We're travelers new to Fontaine, and we had something we wanted to ask, but you seem to be really busy talking about some...
Play? Oh, no. We're talking about something that really happened. In fact, it's...
Really? Like, a real trial?
Well, good tales are often based on true stories, aren't they? And what you see in reality may also be someone deliberately putting on it. Whether something is true or not simply isn't that important. The main thing is whether the story being acted out on the stage... Oh, but it looks like you're not from around here. You probably don't know that the Fontaine Court of Justice is called the Opera
Oke,
Epiclese, or
pengadilan
more commonly
tinggi
known as just
Fontaine
the Opera
Opera
House.
Epiclese. Oke.
But, shouldn't court cases be treated a little more seriously than that? And
No worries. Other visitors to Fontaine have wondered the same thing. You could say that we just don't want to waste the moving stories behind those cases. And as for your worries about whether the cases are treated with due reverence, we have the absolutely just and honorable Chief Justice Neuvillette, as well as the Oratrice Mécanique d'Analyse Cardinal, a machine created by the Archon. Between the machine and the Chief Justice, false charges and injustice are a thing of the past now.
Pure trees? Is it some kind of machine, too? Oh, Paimon's cute. Wait, Paimon almost forgot to ask you our...
Oh, that's easy. Just go to the Opera House. Lady Farina practically lives there. You could...
I think what they mean is that they wish to In that case, I'm afraid it's going to be a tad more difficult. You'll have to...
Huh. Is the Hydro Archon super busy taking care of official stuff? Wait, didn't you say that she's always at the Opera House?
No. Lady Farina seldom takes an interest with the nation's affairs. The reason it's difficult to make an appointment is simply because she's incredibly popular.
That's right. After all, she is the Archon. Though she may tend to get a little dramatic from time to time, people can't get enough of her.
Huh. First time Paimon's ever heard of an Archon being described that way before. Wait! Paimon gets now! The Hydro Archon is kinda like a big celebrity here, right?
Yeah, I suppose you could say that. Perhaps you could even say our mascot.
Hang on. This is still Fontaine's Archon you're talking about. You should show some more respect.
Yes, you're right. I guess I should at least try to be a little more respectful.
Come on. Sure, there's a lot of laws here, but nobody's going to be arrested for saying something disrespectful about the Hydro Archon.
Alright, I think we get it. Thank you! At least we now know that we can find the Hydro Archon at the Opera House. But who knows how long making an appointment will take? Guess we could have a look around the city in the meantime. Hey! What are you looking over there for? Huh. Maybe Maybe something's the matter. She isn't going to jump into the water, is she? Maybe we better go check on her.
Oke, langsung kita samperin ya teman-teman. Ini si Lynette ya teman-teman. Lynette sama Lynette.
Hello there. Excuse me. Are you alright?
Huh? I'm fine. Thanks.
Oh, okay then. We just noticed that you seem to be worried about something.
About many things, actually. But there's nothing I can do but just keep my troubles to myself. I was just reminiscing about a place my brother and I would play when we were kids. It was just atop that hill over there. See?
You're pointing at the sea. Wait, are you saying that you and your brother lived in the water?
Though people call the waters around Fontaine a sea, it's actually just an inland lake that's filled with fresh water. And no, I can still see that hill clearly in my memories. Now it's been completely submerged. He would skip and jump, tossing sand in the wind. The sun shone brightly, and the air was filled with the scent of the sea. But now, the water is gradually swallowing our memories. It won't be long before it swallows us.
Sorry. Paimon doesn't really get what you mean.
I don't believe we've had the pleasure of meeting. Are you Lynette's new friends?
Oh, and you are?
Thanks for looking after my sister. She often comes here to reminisce about our childhood, that's all. There's no need for any concern. Allow me to introduce myself. I'm Linny, and this is my sister Lynette. If I had to guess, I'd say you must be travelers from abroad.
Nice to meet you. Paimon is Paimon, and this is the Traveler. We just arrived in Fontaine. We were just talking with your sister. Even though we didn't really get what she was saying.
I see. It's unusual for Lynette to be so willing to talk with anyone. In fact, she seldom speaks at all. I'm usually the only one she ever talks to.
Oh, really? Then you two are just like us. Paimon's always the one talking for some reason. So that's how you think it is?
I also think my brother can be too talkative at times.
Seems you were right, Paimon. We are quite similar.
So, what did Lynette mean just now when she said that the water is engulfing your memories, and that it won't be long before it engulfs you too?
Oh, that. It's from a prophecy that's been circulating in Fontaine for some time now. Well, I suppose prophecy isn't exactly the right word, because that implies a certain amount of uncertainty. There's no doubt about what's happening in Fontaine now. Where to begin? Let's put that question on hold for a moment. We still haven't formally...
Did all the introductions earlier not count?
Hello, Traveler. And hello, Paimon.
Hey! Why didn't Paimon get a handshake? You're not poking
Please, don't take offense. Just consider it a sort of etiquette we have here in Fontaine.
Oh, all right then. By the way, we were just getting ready to go to the Opera House to meet the Hydro Archon. Would you be able to show us the way?
So you're going to see Lady Farina? No problem at all. In fact, I was planning to go to the opera house later myself. I'll gladly take you once I finish things here. Please follow me.
Oke, kita harus mengikuti Lenny. Oke, mau dibawa kita mulai.
You said you were going to see Lady Farina? Well, it seems Lady Farina has come to see you.
Oke, ini polisi Fontaine ya teman-teman. Hah? Oke, ini karakternya apa teman-teman?
So, she's the Hydro Archon? But how did she know we were looking for her?
My dear people, rich and poor, those with cup in hand and those with nothing at all, raise your glasses in celebration. If you don't have one, then just raise your hand in lieu.
Ini karakter yang S ya teman-teman. Soalnya Farina itu ada
As you can all
dua
see,
sisi
two
teman-teman.
unfamiliar travelers have arrived in our nation. Come, let us make a toast in honor of this traveler and his companion who have journeyed here from distant lands.
Oke, ini polisi yang rambut pakai baju putih ya teman-teman.
Is she talking about it?
I've long heard of the turmoil and chaos you left in your wake as you visited other nations, but I welcome you nevertheless. No, fear is for insignificant cowards. Of course, seeking an audience with me is the most sensible thing to do. I, Focalor, hereby welcome you to the
Oke,
nation
bangsa
of the
air
Hydro
Fontaine.
and acknowledge the value
Mengakui nilai
and
tak ada kecelakaan,
significance of your
bersukacitalah. Oke.
Now,
Yeah, Paimon still can't believe it. Feels like we've only been here for a few minutes. But the Hydro Archon's entrance was, Miss Hydro Archon?
I see. As Outlanders, you inevitably lack even some of the most basic understanding. Don't you had best stop and consider?
Whoa, talk about sounding high and mighty.
Oh? What's with these looks? Perhaps the welcoming ceremony still
Is she really?
Wow, I didn't expect to see Lady Farina here. What a surprise! Does this
Dua
mean
polisi ini
they're the
beda
legendary
seragam ya
blonde
teman-teman.
traveler? How did I not notice before?
Hey, what's all the commotion? Oh,
Of course. That's the blonde traveler.
ooh, I've got to see this.
Yes, but don't you may consider this my reward.
Now she wants to fight? Aren't we getting a little ahead of ourselves?
Oke, apakah duel?
Are you not afraid? Might I...
What are you trying to do, traveler? Provoking a god in front of her people?
Stand down, Clorend. I admire his bravery. Few have the courage to... Unfortunately, people nowadays only crave to be thrilled.
Oh, yeah, she's right. Just a duel wouldn't be all that interesting.
On Araneus, criminals are always requesting duels to defend.
You see. Then, as the god of justice...
Balai penghakiman. Oke, kenapa ini nyala teman-teman?
Now that'll be worth seeing.
Oke, kenapa nyala
Right.
ya?
This is Fontaine, after all.
Why do you care so much about the crowd's react? Besides, how exactly do you plan to have a duel in court?
Oh, according to Fontaine law, no one is permitted to release any flying objects within.
Oh, so that's what they've done wrong.
You call that obvious? What kind of law is that?
Precisely. Now, if you two have no objection.
My apologies, Lady Farina. I don't mean to spoil the fun. I don't think that Paimon here meets the definition of a flying object.
You tell her, Linny! Finally, someone who's not crazy.
Ah, great magician.
As a magician who just rained on your parade, I naturally should. So, with such an audience gathered here,
Oke, karakter api.
Ta-da!
What's that on Paimon's back? Hey, when did Linny do that?
Oke, waktu ditepuk tadi ya teman-teman.
there. As you can all clearly see, Paimon should be classified as, well, something like a balloon. This rope has been in the traveler's hand all along. It was just that no one could see it before.
Huh? You call that magic? You
Huh? I'm not sure what to think.
Amusing. Very amusing, Linny. Just the sort of unexpected twist that I...
Performance? You see all
In which case, consider the matter of your trial resolved. But when there are valid grounds, I will not only judge travelers from abroad, but even the gods of other... I look forward to seeing your upcoming performance at the Opera House.
Oke, waktu pertunjukan katanya udah selesai teman-teman. Oke, semua polisi udah kembali.
And just like that, she's gone. Well, that's the most unpredictable Archon Paimon's ever seen. We never even had a chance to ask her anything. But that's a problem for future Paimon. That whole scene just...
Don't mention it. I just happened to remember that there was such a law, so I did a little preparation. So, now do you see what kind...
She can be a bit confusing at times, but she is still amenable to reason.
Anyway, Paimon had no idea you were a magician, Linny. It sounded like you'll be performing at the Opera House, right?
I just know a few simple tricks I use to make a living. It will actually be my first time performing on the most prestigious stage in Fontaine, the Opera.
But isn't the Opera House...
When there are no public trials being held, the Opera House hosts a variety. And speaking of performances,
My brother's always excited to make new...
Oh, sure. We don't really have anything to do...
splendid. In that case, you really mean it? This is a magical item known as a magic pocket. Perhaps you...
Huh? What are they going to use it for?
About that... You asked me before about the prophecy, right? Let me start by telling you a little more about what it entails. I'm not sure exactly when it... It says that every person in Fontaine is born with sin. No matter how the nation of justice holds trial after trial, this sin cannot be absolved. Until one day, the water levels in Fontaine will rise, and the sinful people will slowly be drowned. In the end, the people will all be dissolved into the waters, and only the Hydro Archon will remain, weeping on her throne. Only then will the sins of the people of Fontaine be washed away.
That sounds pretty gloomy. Why are people in Fontaine born with sin? What is that supposed to mean?
There are lots of guesses. Some say that the ancestors of Fontaine stole the power of the seas and stirred its wrath. Others say that the people of Fontaine never heeded the first Hydro Archon's warnings and defended Celestia. But here in Fontaine, evidence is what matters. There hasn't been concrete evidence for any of these claims, so they can only be regarded as conjecture.
If even the people in Fontaine don't know what sin they committed, wouldn't it be better just to ignore?
That's exactly what the people did at first. But in the last few years, the water levels in Fontaine have actually started rising.
Many places have already been completely submerged, and now lie beneath the sea.
Many people carry on with their lives as before and shrug it off as a natural phenomenon. But my family and I think that the people of Fontaine shouldn't ignore the possibility, which would end up sentencing them to death. We hope that at least the people who reside near the waterfront can move away before it's too late. So, we've started distributing magic pockets to them. As a magical item, these magic pockets have astonishing capacity. I'm sure they will come in handy when people are moving their belongings.
Oh, Paimon gets it! It's like preparing for a rainy day! But this...
Perhaps only absolute power could ever contend with such a catastrophe. But who knows? We're just tiny specks in the grand scheme of things. Now, if you'd like to help, then please give these magic pockets to anyone nearby. Be sure to convince them to take it, regardless of what they say.
Tea is ready. Now... It's time for a short rest.
Oke, di sini ada misi berikan kantong ajaib kepada penduduk di sekitar, teman-teman. Oke. Oke, yang pertama kita berikan yang ada di perahu. Ini Sika Latte, teman-teman.
Huh? I don't want that thing. Way I see it, if the prophecies, life is all about living in the moment. What use is there in worrying about the future all the time? We'll cross that bridge when we get to it.
You should still take it. You never know when it'll come in handy.
Oh, all right, fine. Thanks. It's just that if I start moving, that means I've already given up on the life I have now. I'd really rather not.
Oke, untuk yang kedua kita berikan ke siapa, teman-teman ini? Si Etienne.
So you're the blonde traveler that everyone's been talking about. My apologies for not recognizing you earlier. Oh, a magic pocket? Seems you really thought of everything. I guess it's better to prepare for the worst and hope for the best. Thanks. Please, also thank the magician.
Oke, ini ada info apa, teman-teman? Pelabuhan Rome Maritime. Oke, satu lagi diberikan ke sini, bawa ke Pak Polisi. Giriau.
What's this? So you also believe in the prophecy. Keep it. I won't have any use for it.
What? You mean you don't believe in the prophecy?
No, I believe in the prophecy. But I also believe in another story. The story says that people once lived in the ocean. They were one with the ocean and couldn't live apart from it. But as time wore on, people desired to live on land and developed blood vessels, encapsulating the sea within their bodies. Thus could people set foot on land. So, if you ask me, when the water rises and takes us all, it'll be like we're going home.
Oh, we hadn't heard that one before. But
All right, I'll take it.
Oke, setelah kita memberikan 3 kota, kita kembali lagi ke lini ya teman-teman.
Oh, you already handed out all of the magic pockets? That was fast. So, what? Yes, but that will change once disaster strikes. I know they'll change their minds, so it's only right to help them prepare.
is there anything else you need to do before we leave?
Yes, one last thing. I have the magic pockets made by a workshop in the court of Fontaine. Since we're out and about, I was thinking about bringing him some more materials.
So, you want to collect materials? Just tell us what the
Oh, that would be much appreciated.
Oke, untuk misi yang selanjutnya adalah masih kumpulkan bahan untuk membuat kantong ajaib. Oke, kita harus mencari bahan ya teman-teman.
It seems we have to use hydro to collect romaritime
Okay.
flowers.
Bahannya ini teman-teman. Nah, ini tuh hanya bisa diambil hanya dengan ketika teman-teman semua membuka atau menggunakan ini teman-teman, menggunakan party yang ada elemen hidronya teman-teman. Oke, kita menghilangkan si Shogun ya teman-teman.
Witness my
Sekarang kita ganti sama si Furina.
saying some strange things. Shower me with praise.
Oke, namanya adalah Maritime Flower berserat teman-teman. Oke, ambil.
Yoo-hoo!
Kita ambil semua teman-teman. Setelah itu kita kembali ke lini teman-teman.
You made quick work of that. I can tell you're an experienced traveler. I've also finished collecting a few here. Maybe next time you'll feel like helping too, Lynette.
No way. I'm in power saving mode today. Otherwise, I fear I may not have any energy left for the performance at the Opera House.
fine, though the performance is still a long way off. Now,
So, we're going to the court of Fontaine before we head to the opera house?
wait, shh. Have you noticed that person over there? The young girl.
Huh? What's wrong with her? Paimon?
She's off. Magicians and thieves practice similar methods. We divert attention, and a distracted audience is one that won't discover what you're really doing. Watch her movements carefully.
Oh, he's right!
Shh, keep your voice down. We need to think of a way to catch her, but it seems she's very alert. Perhaps we should split up. You two can ride the lift over there and wait up top. I bet that'll be her escape route if she tries to run. All right, let's go.
Pergi ke titik untuk menghalangi si pencuri ya teman-teman. Oke, lift sedang naik. Oke, kenapa tidak terbuka ya teman-teman liftnya? Oke, udah. Oh, padahal pergerakannya cepat lah teman-teman. Kita menuju ke lantai paling atas ini ya teman-teman. Oke, 40 meter lagi. Ternyata sangat tinggi teman-teman. Oke, udah selesai. Bentar, salah arah teman-teman. Oke, ke sini.
This is the spot where Linny wanted us to wait.
Oke, itu dia teman-teman ya. Si pencuri wanita tadi.
Oh, look! Isn't that her?
Oke, let's go, sikat.
Oh no! Did she notice us? She started running the other direction! What should we do? Should we chase her? You're right. She might also be trying to lure us away. Nothing's happened for a while now. Paimon wonders if Linny caught the thief. Yeah, let's go.
Are you sure that's all she took? You should check to make sure you're not missing anything.
No, that was all. Anyway, I should be going now.
Oh, were you returning what the thief had stolen?
That's right. Pity I wasn't able to catch her. She distracted me by dropping the thing she stole on the ground.
I saw the general direction she went, but Linny twisted his ankle, and I needed to make sure.
Oh,
I'll be all right. It's just a twisted ankle.
If you want to play at being a hero, at least try not to get hurt.
You're right. I have to, but at least we were able to get the stolen items back, so it wasn't a complete failure.
what a slippery little thief.
All right, let's put this little detour behind us. We should go to the court of
Oke,
Fontaine
sekarang
now.
kita berangkat ke Court of Fontaine teman-teman. Oke, kita harus naik ke Aquabus, teman-teman. Oke, Aquabus. Kita di sana.
So, we ride this thing to go into the city? What an ingenious way to get around!
This is an aqua bus. It allows people to travel between several key locations around Fontaine. It's pretty convenient, but the ride can become a little dull after a while. The scenery is always the same. That's why it's better to travel with friends.
So you mean it's still boring even when I'm riding with you?
No, that's not what I meant. It's just that, well, you don't really talk that much. Besides, it doesn't really feel like a real trip when it's just the two of us. It's the same as being at home.
Whatever.
Guess that's what it's like to be an older brother.
It's about time for us to leave. Let's get on board.
Oke, tampaknya tadi ada penumpang, teman-teman. Si Charlotte.
What? Traveler! Paimon!
Charlotte!
Oh, I'd never guessed I'd bump into you while riding the aquabus. In the story of my life, this is big news. What are you doing in Fontaine? I didn't hear anything about you paying us a visit.
Yeah, it's quite the coincidence. But as travelers, we're always on the move. It's not surprising that nobody knew we were, though we still have no idea how the...
Oh, no need for introductions, Paimon. I would recognize the great magician Linny and his assistant Lynette anywhere. I wouldn't be much of a reporter if I didn't know who they were. It's a pleasure to meet you. I'm Charlotte, a reporter for the Steambird.
Nice to meet you. From the Steambird, huh? We've often relied on your paper to promote our performances.
It's an honor to meet you.
Now that everyone knows each other, Fontaine suddenly doesn't feel like such an unfamiliar place. So, what have you been up to lately, Charlotte? Any big news?
Not too much. When there isn't any breaking news, I mainly cover the trials at the Opera House. You can still manage to keep readers' attention as long as you tell things from a clever enough angle, even if it's the same old topics. For example, reporting on how a scammer once deceived vulnerable girls into relationships, or how a financial criminal was once so poor that they ate a single piece of bread for 5 days. Ah, you're right. Seems you know me pretty well. Oh, I just remembered. I've been following a case lately.
You mean the serial disappearance?
That's right! These stories are the talk of the town. If I'm the first with a draft... Oh! When that happens, I bet all the other...
So, what is the...
That's right! The first missing girl, and ever since, after a period of... But the scariest part is that many suspects have been arrested over the years in connection with this case. But shortly after each arrest, another disappearance would always happen. Yes, it's possible. But even...
Yes, I agree. And at the very least, I just imagined for a second what I would do if Lynette were to suddenly disappear.
Please don't imagine that, Linny.
Hey, we're almost there! Look!
Well, I really enjoyed chatting with you. Life should be full of pleasant little surprises like this.
Yeah, us as well. The ride went by too quickly.
Ah, I have an interview to get to. I should get going before I'm late.
Okay, Paimon hopes we can chat.
Bye now. Oh, be sure to stop.
What a tough job. Always running around and interviewing.
If you don't mind, how about we stop by my home first?
Sure, we wouldn't mind at all. This city is so huge.